What are you seeing in London? Is it, or do you really think? I mean, you just said before the break that you love London because it's a beautiful city.
No, I love London, but
financially, what will it become?
Well, let's put it this way. First of all, the UK is already in a severe stagflation, a double-digit inflation, and even the Bank of England is expecting at least 5 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth. Secondly, it's worse than the Eurozone because there was a self-inflicted wound. There was Brexit that reduced the supply of labor, restricted trade in a number of ways, weakens the role of city as a major global financial center, reduces potential growth, and increases cost of production. So the fact that the UK, relatively speaking, is doing even worse than the Eurozone or Europe or the United States is definitely a Brexit phenomenon.
Can they put regulation in place or incentives in place without spending too much like we saw in the last couple of months? To reverse some of the negative effects that it's had on the economy?
Well, there is this talk about becoming like Singapore, reducing regulation, reducing taxes, reducing government spending. First, the comparison is wrong because Singapore is a high tax, high spending, high regulation country. The comparison should be with not Singapore, but with Hong Kong. But you don't want to compare it with the Hong Kong of today. Secondly, I think the idea that you're going to cut regulations is totally far-fetched. If you want to have access, even with a free trade area, let alone a customs union, to the European market, you need to maintain the same regulation. And the idea that you're going to cut massively government spending to reduce taxes is also far-fetched. Yeah. It's not going to happen. If anything, they have to raise taxes right now, given the amount of government spending.
So what would you do?
I would say that right now, unfortunately, the United Kingdom is stuck in a low-growth situation. What you want to avoid is a loose fiscal policy going to lead to the type of stress that occurred with the pension funds, and that's a risk. Yeah. Literally, for a month or so, the UK was being priced like an emerging markets with fiscal stimulus leading to a weaker currency and much higher interest rates. It's a severe risk that actually will have financial instability and distress in the case of the United Kingdom.